And welcome to my channel. I'm Helen and I am, look at my hat. I'm most famous for helping business owners get leads from LinkedIn. That's kind of what I do. But I've also been running my business for many years now. And I'm really excited to bring it all together into one space to help you really, really understand how I started and scaled my business from nothing, and how you can scale your business now from wherever you are, right? So there's a million ways to build and scale a business, and there's a million ways to use LinkedIn, and they all work, in their own way. All I'm going to do on this channel is really take you step by step through all of the things that I know, all the things that I have done, the things that I am doing right now. And I'm going to do it hopefully in a way that makes you see that, hey, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So now I've tucked my little feather in, we can get started. So we are going to be celebrating the start of this channel. So if you don't know me, I'm a middle-aged mother, stepmother to 4 teenagers. I live in the north of England, just in between Manchester and Liverpool. Yay! And I love business. I love helping people make money and talking about money. I love celebrating with friends and creating communities. And I also love launching and doing 5-day challenges. So we're going to be talking about all that stuff as well. But what I'm really, really passionate about is helping you, wherever you are, move forward. Yeah. So that your interactions with me, you'll say, that really made a difference. And that is what I live and die for. Okay, so I've also got a sausage dog called Dave who will be making an appearance. He was about to go to sleep and now he's obviously decided he doesn't want to go to sleep anymore. So anyway, cheers, guys. Welcome to the channel. It's going to be chaos. I absolutely know it. But you know what? I am committed to making this consistent. I'm not committed to making it brilliant, but I'm committed to making it consistent. So cheers, everybody. Cheers and welcome to this brand new YouTube channel. Don't forget to click subscribe. I never said that before. Okay, right. So what we're going to talk about today. So I want you to get to know a little bit more about me and who the hell am I sitting here in front of you? Like, who is this woman with the hat and the pink going on? And I'm just at a point in my business now, right? This is going to sound so cheesy, but I'm going to go for it, right? I'm at a point, so at the point of recording this, I've been in this business for about 7 years. Yeah, so 7 years teaching people day in, day out how to get leads from LinkedIn in less than 30 minutes a day without sending any DMs. That is my hook. Yeah, that is my hook, to hook you in, right? And that is what I teach, and I will continue to teach that for the foreseeable, right? But to become famous for that thing, right? So the things that I've done over the last 7 years, and when I said this channel is not going to be fantastically brilliant, but it is going to be consistent, that has been my secret. So I've secretly, consistently, no matter what's been going on in my life, and I'll probably end up talking about half of that stuff as well, because I am a terrible or brilliant oversharer, depending on how you look at things. And for me, it's like over the last 7 years, I have just consistently done and said the same things. And for a lot of people, that seems like really boring. But from my job is just to keep banging the same drum. Now, I will tell my whole story at some point. That'll be another, settle in for story time. But all you need to know is I was in a situation where there was no way out for me in employment. Yeah, there was no job opportunity for me that was going to solve my problem. And my problem was that I was completely broke and in lots of personal debt. And business was the only way out for me, apart from maybe, I don't know, a sugar daddy or something, or, winning the lottery. And the only way I could see out was business. And over the last 7 years, particularly teaching the LinkedIn stuff, I had 5 years before that running a digital agency. But when I realized I didn't enjoy running the agency, and the thing that I was really passionate about, or the thing that I was really good at, was this LinkedIn strategy, which I didn't even know was a thing, right? So only when I met somebody and he was like, you need to teach this, Helen. This is like not how everyone else does LinkedIn. And I've just been teaching that same strategy for the last 7 years. And yes, we are going to be going through that step by step. So don't worry, like stay tuned, subscribe. Do I point that way or that way? Or that way? I don't even know. But stay tuned for the actual strategy. We're going to be teaching about that. Don't worry. But what I've learned is that building a business, particularly in the online marketing space, as we call it, I'm sure we'll talk about that as well. It's just a step-by-step process. There's not some magical quick fix. There's not some like strategic secret that, if you know this, then all your problems will be over. It's very much like, these are the things that I did that worked, and I want you to know what they are, right? So what we do is we call this the roadmap. Right? So the roadmap, and here it is. Look at this, guys. This is, look, you can see where the dog has stood on it with his doggy dirty dog paws. This is how technical we get behind the scenes. But like, it's just everything I've done to get the success that I have. And success is subjective, right? But my life right now means that I work when I want, which isn't very often because I'm kind of lazy entrepreneur. I have an amazing team who make all the magic happen. I run these launches where we do a 5-day challenge and we do a launch and we make 6 figures, like multiple times a year. And I just have a really cool life, I've got, like I said, I've got 4 teenagers. I've got 2 girls of my own, and my husband, I'll probably tell you that story at some point as well. He has 2 children of his own, and we've blended, obviously. And, we get to do stuff, we get to go where we want, we get to do what we want, I get to hang out with my kids, like literally, here's Dave, literally recording it now. Say hi. Hello, everybody. I'm literally recording this now, and then I'm going to be able to go with my daughter to do something that she needs to do today. So I have a nice lifestyle in terms of like, I've got options. I can do what I want. My time is my own. And it wasn't always like that, right? I did a lot of grafting in the early years, but these are the steps that I took to get where I am right now. Okay, so we call it the roadmap. There are 8 steps to it, and I want to just go through them as an overview today, so you can sort of see the things and the themes that we're going to be talking about in this channel or on this channel. Are we in a channel or are we on a channel? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Imagine if I get a YouTube comment that isn't just like, you're like an absolute loser and I hate your hat, right? Imagine. That would be fantastic. So if you're watching this, please leave me a nice comment. I live for that. I just ignore the bad ones and lap up the good ones. But I do believe it's a bit of a Wild West, but we'll see. Okay, Wild West. See what I did there? Okay, so I'm going to go through the steps, but I'm going to give you a brief overview, and we are going to go into more depth in them as we go. Right. This is my roadmap, but it's also the roadmap I teach in my programs, right? So I have my flagship program, which is the LinkedIn and Business Mastermind, and a kind of micro version of that, which is the free 5-day challenge. So these are when I work with a client as well. These are the things that I'm looking at, and we're looking for where on the roadmap are we missing steps? Where are we not doing the things? And where can we focus our time and attention? So hopefully some of this might, if you're in business, which I'm sure you are, because otherwise why would you be watching? But let me know. You might be thinking about starting a business. You might already be in business. Some of this may or may not resonate with you. So let's go for it. Okay, number 1 step is goal setting. Setting a goal, getting clarity, understanding what we are aiming for. What are we doing this for? What does success look like for us? And this is extremely subjective. But quite often people come to me with problems that they've got, like around tactics and things like that they want fixing. And it's like, hang on, how much money do you want to earn? Yeah. How can we get really comfortable with talking about our financial goals? Because that is really going to move the needle when it comes to like, what do we need to do when to get to this goal, right? So there's something that we use internally, which is called a want to earn number and a need to earn number. And these are 2 very different things. So your need to earn number is the amount of money you need to bring in each month independently to make sure that you've got enough money to maintain the lifestyle you currently have. Yeah. Your want to earn is that next big leap number. Yeah. So I'm not talking about right, at the moment I need to earn £2,000 a month, but I want to earn 2 million a month. Like, I'm not talking about the big leap. I'm talking about a big stretch leap, and we'll definitely do a whole session on this. But really writing some numbers down and getting focused on them and getting into understanding who you're going to be when you get those numbers, when you hit those numbers, what life's going to be like, what you're going to do, where you're going to go, like who's going to benefit, really helps you get into the right mindset of, this is an opportunity for me, right? And when you get to know me better, you'll be like, oh yeah, if Helen can do this, I can do this, right? But this is an opportunity for me to hit those numbers, and I'm going to embrace it. And it's not going to be easy all the time, and it's not going to be fun all of the time, although it should be easy and fun a lot of the time. But I'm going to use this energy of this goal that I've set to keep me going when things are tough. Yeah, consistency. I'm going to keep saying that. Let's do consistency YouTube bingo. Every time I say consistency, take a sip of your green tea or your drink. Okay, so goal setting is always where we start. So that's number one. And I think it's also about getting into the mindset of, we get to do this. We don't have to do this. This is an exciting, fun game, you know? And I do believe business is a game, and we should play it full out and enjoy it and have fun with it. Okay. The second thing is nailing your niche. So understanding that it's easier to say, well, I just want to help everybody and anybody with any problem. But that is a bit of an amateur move. And what that lends itself to is complete confusion, both in you and your audience. So particularly when you're looking to scale, you're looking to get really known, get famous in your niche. Niche famous is something that we talk about. Like, this is where we really look at, how can we make you the go-to person for this thing? And it's something I'm really like bang the drum about all the time. Everywhere I go, everybody I meet, I'm like, let's get you famous for your in a niche, solving one problem for one person at a time, having one offer for the right person that really is very clear to them what they get when they give you the money. And this sounds obvious, but honestly, this can be a part of the roadmap that we revisit again and again and again, because you'll change, your business will change, your experiences will change, your desires will change. And I think going back to the basics is really, really important. Excuse me, Dave, I'm trying to launch my YouTube channel right now. Okay, so the next step is the ideal client avatar work. Now, I know some of you will be like, ugh, unsubscribe. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to talk about ICA work, right? Ideal client avatar work. But honestly, guys, if I was going to say there's one thing that I am world-class best at, it is ICA work. And it's kind of like a crap thing to be famous for, because it's boring and people don't want, it's not boring, it's really exciting, but people don't want to think about it, don't want to talk about it, because there's a lot of resistance around defining and creating this one ideal client avatar. Yeah. And I will definitely be doing lots of sessions on that. So don't worry. But it's really, if it's something that you've not nailed, hit the subscribe button. But really, because I'm going to be talking a lot about it, and I'm going to be doing some examples and some live stuff around it as well. So really understanding your ideal client is step 3, and it can't be skipped. And quite often when I see people who are very far off in their business, quite often like multi-million-pound businesses, global organizations that I've consulted with, and I'm like, we need to go back to the ICA work. Like, you know, and they're like, oh no, we've done this, we've paid an agency and we've had a consultant. And I'm like, no, we need to go back to the ideal client work. So again, it's something that you'll revisit again and again and again. So it's not like someone's marking your homework. You've got to get it right first time. Trust me on this. So the ideal client work, and really understanding that ideal client and why they are going to be motivated to move towards you is crucial. Okay, so don't unsubscribe just on that. Trust me on that one. Right. Step 4, and this is what I'm most famous for, like as in niche famous, is LinkedIn, right? Understanding how to set up your LinkedIn, your headline, your profile on LinkedIn to really magnetize the ideal client to you, really optimize it so that when they see you, and we've got a strategy to make sure they're seeing you, they are like, wow, this person is for me. Let me give you some money. Yeah, all of my LinkedIn stuff is inbound only. It's not about not sending DMs. It's not about being on there all day. It's not about writing long form content all day and worrying about what time to post and stuff like that. It really is. It's a template. It's a strategy. It's 3 things a day. It's literally tick, tick, tick. There's checklists. It's literally, it's like, have you done these 3 things today? Yes or no? And as long as you have, LinkedIn will deliver results beyond your wildest dreams. Trust me on that. If there's one thing I can be the most confident on, is that, right? I've got over 4,000 testimonials from people saying that my LinkedIn stuff works, right? I can say that with ultimate confidence. It's not arrogance. It's basically confidence through evidence, because I've just helped thousands of people with that stuff. But you'll notice that this is step 4, not step 1. Okay, so then we are moving on to getting famous. So step 5 is getting famous for your thing. And this is a massively overlooked piece. People kind of maybe do 1 to 4, and then they're like, cool, where's my clients? And it's like, oh no, we need to really get you in front of a lot of people. So there's a few elements with this section that I am very well known for teaching, and they are things like being a guest expert in other people's groups, Facebook groups and other people's communities, both online and in person, creating a £99 thing or a small version of the thing that you do so that people can try before they buy, but pay before they buy. Yeah, so getting micro financial commitments from people. And again, we call it the £99 thing, but that's, just an amount that's quite common for people to understand, but obviously depending on what level you're at, that might not be appropriate. But it's basically a smaller version of the thing that you do so people can invest and experience you and you them before you commit to that bigger piece of work. 3 for free, again, something I'm known for teaching, and that's how I got started. It's finding some people doing things for free. I'm giving you all the secrets. So this is what I mean. It's all pretty obvious stuff. There's nothing that you're going to be like, oh, but it's getting it all done and consistently, and in the right order. Because if you start getting famous but you've not got your shit together, or you start getting famous and your offer's not right, or you start getting famous and your ideal client's not right, then it's a wasted energy. And what you will learn about me is that I'm all about maximum return for minimum effort. Because I'm really naturally quite lazy. I don't want to be slogging away for nothing. I want whatever I do to have maximum impact. Yeah. It's like whatever I do, I want that to be get the most out of it, squeeze the most juice out of every minute I spend doing anything in my business. Okay. Podcasting, podcast pitching, getting on podcasts, getting in front of other people's audiences again, and press and PR all sit within the getting famous section. It's self-explanatory, but I think this is something that a lot of people miss. They're very good at engaging their existing audience, and they forget they've got to get in front of new people every day. Next step 6, conversion mechanism. I say this to people all the time, like, how do you convert people? And they're like, well, they just come to me when they're ready. And I'm like, well, which is cool, but what if you had a rock solid conversion mechanism in your business that you can just roll it out and it's going to give you a return on that time, money, investment? So, for example, I do 5-day challenges. I spend money on ads. I do a lot of organic marketing. And we know, because we've done over 40 of them over the last 7 years, that if we spend X, we make Y. And that to me is business, and if we didn't spend X, we'd have to get X amount of people in. So if it was it doesn't matter whether I'm spending money on ads or I'm doing organic promotion, I have a target to hit to get a certain amount of people in, because I know based on our data, again, boring, but I'm telling you now, business is just numbers on a spreadsheet. So when you understand your data, that's when you can scale your business. But the data informs the activity. So I know that if I get 2,000 people into a challenge and we convert X amount of percent, and so I will do some more talking through some of our launches, but that's my conversion mechanism. I can do webinars, and I do webinars, but I just love a challenge. And we'll talk about all the different types of conversion mechanisms. Could be lead magnets, could be scorecards. What else have I got? 5-day challenges, joint ventures. It could be Facebook ads, but you'll find something that you love, and then we just consistently do it. Honestly, I hope my editing team are going to make a special bingo noise for when I say consistency. Okay, so having a rock solid conversion mechanism, so whatever that might be, but having that and having it planned into your business is really going to help you sleep better. And that's my ultimate aim. I want you to sleep well, thinking, I've got a predictable, profitable business. I know where my clients are coming from. I know what I need to do to make the money I want to get. But it all starts with step one, right? We work backwards from there. You'll see it'll all start to come together. Okay, the next step number 7, accountability and execution. It's all about how are we going to make this happen, and how are we going to make sure that we do what we need to do and commit to it. And that can be really challenging for a lot of people. I think a lot of people have been sold this dream of like, we're just going to manifest. Oh, hold on, there's a bird on the garden. Hold on, wait. What? I'll get it. See if that pigeon, it's on Paw Patrol. You'll also realise that my office where I'm filming this, which is all gone blurry, is in the garden. So quite often I'm distracted by nature things. Right, let's try and get that to go back. Perfect. And you'll also realise that no matter what happens, the show goes on. So anything could happen. I'm just going to keep filming. I'm never ever going to refilm anything. So you're just going to have to go with it. Okay, so making sure that you do the things you need to do, it's committing to it, it's holding yourself accountable. A lot of people say, I need accountability, and they join my program because they need accountability, and we're happy to give it to you, but you've got to meet us halfway, right? You've got to hold yourself accountable. There has been this sort of like almost this dream that people have solved that it's okay, we can just set up some systems and run some ads to it or whatever, and then everything will just magically happen. And there's an element of that, but particularly in the earlier days and when things aren't quite, you haven't got the finances to invest massively in team and tech and systems, you still got to show up and do your thing, right? So for me, I'm all about how can we make mine was always like, I just want to be like the Beyonce of my business. I want to be able to just show up, wear a stupid hat, like just have fun with it and enjoy it and show up and do the thing that only I can do. The rest of it, not interested. Like my team were like, when you filmed your YouTube video, can you upload it to this? And I was like, I don't think that. If I've got to do that, it's not going to happen. So they were like, okay, cool, we'll do it. But I've got to that point in my business, and I want you to get to that point in your business as well. But there's got to be a lot of graft to get there. And I think accountability and execution and understanding that it is about routine and habits. It is about being consistent. It is about whatever you need to hold yourself accountable. So whether it's trackers, whether it's planners, whether it's being in a program, whether it's showing up. So for example, in the mastermind, we have a Monday call, right? Every Monday we have a call. It's putting that in your diary, it's showing up to it, it's getting re-motivated and re-energized. Whatever works for you. Yeah. Some people just have a laminated sheet and they just tick that shit off. Whatever works, right? But it's understanding that the accountability and execution is what's going to make all of this happen. I'm waving my hand over there. Okay, so the final one, step 8, and this is something that I've worked on massively and I've seen is a huge part of entrepreneurial mindset and the entrepreneurial journey and also the entrepreneurial activity. It's mindset and confidence. Now, I am not a mindset coach by any stretch. I'm always doing my own work. I'm always like doing the inner work. I'm always, what I mean? Like I'm a super spiritual person. I'm super into the law of attraction and manifesting, and I'm just like throw everything at it. I believe that like manifestation is really setting the intention and then taking the action, right? And this is a great opportunity to make it happen, to have fun with the magic of manifestation, right? So this is basically what this work is. It's setting the intention, but then it's meeting the universe halfway. And I think energetics is a huge part. Now, nearly lost my hat. Must be an important point. What's going on with my hair there? Energetics, it's huge. And I'm messing my hair up now. I'm not an expert in energetics. I've got plenty of people that I can do. But what I would say is like working on how you feel and making sure that your energy does not impact your activity is the biggest shift that I made in my business. That kind of like, yeah, I feel like shit. Yeah, something bad's happened in my family. Yeah, something's, I'm just not feeling it. Yeah, like I'm at a certain point in the month, in the year, right? I'm at certain, I do not want to show up today. I got a million reasons not to show up today. And I would be so much richer if I just told people, just chill, babe. If you're not feeling it, take a day off, have a salt bath, go and put your feet in the ground. And I'm like, do all that because I'm a big fan of the spiritual practice, don't get me wrong, but also do some posts and also do some things for your business. So it's almost like some days you're not going to want to do it, but you're going to have to do it. And that's going to be tough. That's where we go right back to step one, which is that goal setting and getting into the energetics of who you're going to be and who you want to be, and using that to really motivate you when times get hard. Like drawing on everything you've got. So your whole spiritual toolbox. So if you're super into crystals or I don't know, tarot, or you like to go cold water swimming, which I know is not spiritual, but just I mean, or you're into the moon or whatever it might be, use it as a tool. Use it as a tool for sure. Just don't use it as an excuse. Really understanding who you are and the magic you've got to bring to the world is really important. This all comes under this section, this confidence. And it's really understanding what your power is and what is going to really magnetize people to you. And I think that's a hard thing for me to teach, but it's an easy thing for me to see because I can see it and feel it with people. And I think I can see it and feel it, but because I can't see it and feel it in you right now while you're watching this, I want you to sit with it and go inside and really, we will do a whole session on this, but really work out, what is my magic? What am I bringing to the world? Like, what is this really about? Your business is a vehicle for that. Yeah. So like, I have had some of the most incredible, I nearly started crying there on number one episode. I nearly started crying there because I've got so much joy and gratitude in my heart for the work that I've done over the last 7 years, the people that I've worked with, the impact that I've had, the feedback that I've had. And when you say like get leads on LinkedIn, that doesn't feel like that's the magic that's going to happen. If that makes sense. But the LinkedIn is the vehicle. I can help people go through these steps. And as part of that, have this amazing LinkedIn presence that brings all these amazing clients to them so they can do their amazing work and deliver their amazing magic. That's it. But the LinkedIn's just the vehicle. And for me, what I sell is that how you get leads from LinkedIn. Yeah, I can guarantee that. Yeah, if you do the work, it'll work. But what I give or what people receive is so much more than that, and that's what I want you to get into here. It's like all of your magic, all of your gifts, all of your power, all of what you're here to do. We're going to bring that to your work. And the thing that you sell is just the vehicle. What people get is what they need. Yeah. We sell them what they want and we give them what they need. So the mindset and the confidence of really understanding yourself and being confident enough to put yourself out there when it might feel uncomfortable. People might judge you. 100% will get comments. I don't like your hat. I don't like your face. I don't like your voice. I don't like the way you show up. I don't like the way you go off on a tangent. I don't like the way your dog got involved. I don't like the way you're drinking. Like, although, spoiler alert, it is no secco because it is 10:42 a.m. So I was like, I really want to be like, woo, but also don't want to start drinking this time of the day. So there's always going to be people that don't like you. And really, if you get one thing out of watching this channel, it's like, that's okay. And it's also okay to not enjoy that. I've got so many stories I'll probably be sharing with you, I'm sure. But like, there's things that you can do, and there's things that you can just draw from other people, about being around other people that are in that power, who are doing that work, who are holding themselves to those sort of like standards of showing up and being confident in who you are and how you help and what you bring into the world. And I think just being around that is really, you get it by osmosis and by getting into places and spaces and absorbing content and energy from people who are in their power, who are confident, who are, you know, putting themselves out there, even in the arena, as Brené Brown would say. You know, like being around people in the arena really, really helps as well. Now, when we present this, the roadmap, there's always hotspots. Yeah, there's bits where you're like, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm definitely doing that. I'm really confident in that bit. And there's always cold spots where you're like, oh, either I'm not doing it, or I don't want to do it, or I've tried it and it's uncomfortable. And I think having it all laid out really helps you see that it is just a process. It's just a step by step. Do you have to do every single thing on the roadmap? No. You know, you can still have a very successful business. If you do all of the things, though, you're going to have a cumulative effect that means that your chances of success in your business and bringing your magic to the world is exponentially higher. And that's what I really want from this channel. I really want you to leave every call feeling inspired. And I cringed before I said that because I was like, ugh. But it's true. I want you to feel inspired. I want you to look forward to the next one. I want you to get something from every time that I show up, because that's the reason for me doing this. So I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Is it an episode? I'm going to have to learn the lingo. I'm very excited. I've really enjoyed, although I was very nervous about like the permanence of this. This is going on a brand new channel and it's all about me. And it's going to be a wild ride. So cheers. Thank you for being here right at the beginning. Cheers to you. It's actually quite nice. And cheers to you. So I'll see you. Don't forget to subscribe. I don't know. Don't forget to subscribe, because every subscriber I get is going to make me do a dance. Honestly, I'm going to be thrilled. Starting completely from scratch. Every subscriber is going to bring me such joy, and I'm so grateful for you.